Tēnā koutou tahunu. Tēnā koutou taimi. Here me, hioki me, hioki me, hioki me. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to this webinar series of Re Moriori. This is number 4 in the series of 5. For those of you who joined us for the very first time, welcome. And for those who have been part of the series so far, hioki me, welcome back, hioki me. For the purposes of this video, which was for this webinar number 4, we've actually shortened it down a bit. And so the revision component that was covered in the webinar is not shown in this video. Instead, we invite you to go back and review, check out webinars 1 to 3 as a reminder of all the things that were covered up until this point. So Chiro Hokomuri, which was the revision part, is not covered as part of this specific video. However, what we'll be doing is that we'll be going straight to the new material that was introduced as a way of reinforcing Chiro Hokomuri, the revision. As mentioned before, as a way of reinforcing the exercises that we have done in the previous webinars, the revision exercises that we covered already, we have introduced some new items. And this one is called E Rongo Re Rima. E Rongo Re Rima hand chant. So what we have done with this is that we have combined elements of counting, and also when we talked about the different names for the fingers, we've brought them all together. We've also introduced a new word, and that word is maikuku. Maikuku means finger. Maikuku, fingers. So, E Rongo Re Rima, hand chant. Once again, put your hand in front of you, as we've been doing, and follow along. Ta maikuku tehi, I tō roa e. Ta maikuku teru, I tō e hau e. Ta maikuku toru, I tō pere e. Ta maikuku te whā, I tō iti e. Herea ta pou, I tō nui e. Ka maikuku o tiririma e. And the reason that we say a at the end is it's like an exclamation, okay? It's a way of affirming this is what we're doing, a, as opposed to, hey, what? No, this is more a, it's an affirmative. Let's do that again. Hand in front, tiririma. Okay. E rongo re rima, hand chant. Ta maikuku tehi, I tō roa e. Ta maikuku teru, I tō e hau e. Ta maikuku toru, I tō pere e. Ta maikuku te whā, I tō iti e. Herea ta pou, I tō nui e. Ka maikuku o tiririma e. Okay, we'll do it one more time, all together. E rongo re rima, hand chant. Ta maikuku tehi, I tō roa e. Ta maikuku teru, I tō e hau e. Ta maikuku toru, I tō pere e. Ta maikuku te whā, I tō iti e. Herea ta pou, I tō nui e. Ka maikuku o tiririma e. Okay, Hudo. Chiro Hokomuri, we're still doing a little bit of revision from last time, but we're going to present in a slightly different way. So you may recall last time we looked at tirani, we looked at the body, also known as tino. Tino is another word that we use for body. In this case, what we're going to be looking at, what we also did was that we looked at parts of the head, parts of the face. So we're going to have another look at that just as a reminder to ourselves about those different terms. Okay. Now, don't be concerned. Yes, it does look like I'm about to be swallowed up by the guy next to me. It's okay. He's Moriori. He's harmless. So what we thought we'd do is that so last time we did a bit of an exercise where we actually went through and we physically touched the different parts of the head, you know, ta'upoko, konihi, and so on. What we've done is that we're going to provide this to you in a visual form as a way of being able to sort of like go, okay, just to see where different things are. So we have our beautiful Moriori couple. I don't know who they are, but you know, they are stunning to say the very least. And what we've done is that we have attached the different parts of the head, the face, and so on to each of these images here. Okay, so but just as a reminder to ourselves, okay, let's go through them. Okay, so we take our hand and we're going to put it here. Okay, ta'upoko, ta'upoko, and you see ta'upoko is actually the title at the top of the screen there. Ta'upoko. Okay, we're touching it. Ta'upoko. Okay, take a hand. Tarai. 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 Okay. Chehuruhuru. 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 Okay. You do this. Just go. Tamata. 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 Okay. Ichikamata. 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 Ro konehi. All right. Ro konehi. I'm pointing to the eyes. Ro konohi. And if you've got fluttery eyelashes, just flutter them up and down. And while you do it, say, and touch one of them, go, tekemo. 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 Okay. Tapaparinga. 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 Itiringa. 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 Sometimes people say taring. Itaring. If you ever had one way of remembering that, if you have a ringing sensation in your ears, itaring. It's ringing. Itaring. Okay, just having fun with you. Right. Please don't pick your nose, friends and family. Okay, at least not on screen, not while we're recording. Ro puranga ihu. Okay. Ro puranga ihu. Ro puranga ihu. Right. Tawaha. Tawaha. Last time we shortened down, we had tawaha. Okay. So if you want to say waha, that's okay. Tawaha. Tawa. Okay. I'm like wide mouth frog. Okay. Just point to one of your teeth. Just one of them. Tiniho. 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 Okay. Stick your juju lips out if you've got juju lips like me. Okay. Okay. And just whichever one, top one or bottom one, just one of them. Tu ngutu. Tu ngutu. Tu ngutu. Tu ngutu. Okay. You got a gentleman, if you have a glorious beard, please stroke it now. Those of you who are less fortunate, so okay. Ia ora haki koutou. Okay, you'll grow one, hopefully. Okay, we're not so much focusing on the beard, we're focusing on the chin, the jaw. Te kawe. Te kawe. Te kawe. Now, stick your tongue out. Go, ah. Again. Tō warero. Tō warero. Tō warero. And finally, just put your hand up here. Takaki. 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 Okay. So that's a physical exercise that we can do just to remind ourselves about parts of the head. And a little bit later on, you can do the same with parts of the body as well. But for now, this will be part of your notes that we sent out to you, your pack with this image, just as a reminder, a visual image, a visual reminder. In fact, you might want to print this out, put it up in your bathroom next to your mirror, or maybe put it on your mirror where your face would usually be, if you feel that way inclined, whatever works for you. And it's just a good reminder. Okay. Really important, a really good thing to do when learning languages is as a way of learning words is actually to put little notes around the place of the things that you've learned. A really good exercise. Okay. Now, last time, one of you asked the question, why are there so many ways of saying da? Now, here's a really good example because just with the images here, what you see before each body part is the word, are different variations of the word the. Okay, so ta rai, te kemo, ro purangihu, ta waha. And just to, I don't want to get too much into the linguistic technicalities of all this, and even that's probably just put you asleep by me saying that. Our karapuna, the way that they structured tare, they would assign different ways of saying the to different words. And basically the rule is, not always, but the basic rule was, if you had something, say, if you look at the word ngutu, for example, okay, I'm standing right next to it, okay, the word ngutu, you'll see it says tu ngutu. And so sometimes what they'll do is that the appropriate the that went before whatever the word was based on the first vowel sound. Tu ngutu, ti niho, I tikamata, ta paparinga. There are many ways of saying that in Moriori, and we really don't want to confuse you any more than I'm confused about it. A little bit later on, we might be able to explain it in a clearer way, but that's just a good guide as to why they had different ways of saying da. So you would have been introduced very early on to che, the che, as a che huru huru. That's one of those funny exceptions to the rule. But what you'll often find used in Moriori, tare Moriori, is ta, che, and even te. And you'll see it with te kemo. Now, we don't want you guys to have a big brain explosion about that. What we're going to do is we're going to sort of move on a little bit, still looking at parts of the body and parts of the face and so on, but just sort of introduce you to something that will help, because that's when we talk about one thing, okay? So te huru huru could be talking about a single strand of hair as opposed to all the hair, okay? That's a big debate. We won't get into it right now. What we're going to do is we're going to move on. I'm going to show you a little something that might be helpful when we're talking about more than one thing. Because on our faces and on our bodies, we don't just have, generally, you have two eyes, two ears, and so on, okay? Everyone's different, acknowledging that. So what we've done is a little bit of exercise here as a way of just sort of linking up the counting, hokotaka, with different body parts. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, put our hand up again. You're always coming back to this hand. Tirerima, always coming back to tirerima, the hand. And so we're going to say tehi ta upoko. Right? Tehi ta upoko. Tehi ta mata. Tehi ta mata. Tehi ta rai. Tehi ta rai. Tehi. And actually, I did a little bit of a typo there. That should say, I'll say tehi. No, I'll backtrack. Tehi ro puranga ihu. Tehi ro puranga ihu. That's one of those really funny ones. That kind of throws me as well because it's so different. It doesn't exactly follow the rule sometimes. And these are the things that we're learning about Re Moriori. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Tehi, tehi, tawaha. Tehi, tawaha. Ah. Tehi, towarero. Tehi, towarero. I want you to all go, bah. Yeah, make a real big noise and sound and just don't spray it all over the place. Okay. Okay. Tehi, towarero. Okay. Tehi, takaki. Tehi, takaki. Tehi, takawe. We're only talking about the lower jaw. Don't want to get into upper jaw, lower jaw kind of a thing. Okay, we're just going to focus on this one. Tehi, takawe. All right. Tehi, takawe. Now, what if we're talking about two things? Because we've got two cheeks, two eyes, okay, two sets of eyelashes, a set or two eyelashes and eyebrows and ears and fingers. We got more than one finger. So how do we say that? We use ka. And for some of you ngai tahu, kai tahu out there, you were going, gee, that sounds really familiar. It's the same idea. Okay, we use ka. So let's do that. We're going to use the number teru. Okay, teru. Okay, same as what we did before. Teru ka paparinga. Teru ka konihi. Teru ka kemo. Okay. Teru ka tikamata. Teru ka ngutu. We're talking about both lips, upper and lower. Okay. Teru ka tering. So let's try that again. Just go through the list again. Okay. From top. Teru ka paparinga. Teru ka konihi. Teru ka kemo, flutter flutter. Teru ka tikamata. Well, I'll give them a bit of a stroke. I know there's kahungun out there, you like doing that? Okay. Teru ka ngutu. Good. Two lips. Okay. Teru ka tering. Do the Mickey Mouse. Okay. And that is how we say the when we're talking about more than one thing. Now, when we're talking about our fingers, because we're focused so much on it, we're talking about terima ka maikuku. Okay, terima ka maikuku. If we were to hold up both sets of hands, te ngahuru ka maikuku, or what we did before, te ngahuru ka maikuku, because we're using this as a sign for 10. Okay, so terima ka maikuku. Te ngahuru ka maikuku. Or if you want to do both hands, up to you. Woo. Okay. So that's how we deal with more than one object or whatever. When we're talking about, however, if we're talking about more than two, okay, let's say it's more than three. Let's say it's more than four. Let's say it's more than 10. We're not, we're not going to go into things like what's 11, what's 12. We'll come to that a little bit later on. A word that can be used to symbolize many is kuahi. Okay, let's try that. Kuahi. Kuahi. And you'll see it in this third column here. Kuahi ka. Kuahi ka. Kuahi ka. We put a lot of emphasis on the ka because it's a way of saying, it's a way of sort of telling people that's what the purpose of this is. It's the, and it's more than one thing. Okay. Kuahi ka. Kuahi ka huru huru. Okay. Kuahi ka huru huru. Okay. We're talking about all this. There's a lot of hair on this head. Okay. Or on some heads. All right. Kuahi ka niho. I haven't actually gone through and tried to count up how many teeth I've got in my mouth, but let's just say I've still managed to hang on to most of them. Kuahi ka niho. Okay. If we're talking about people, we can do the same. Kuahi ka chaket. Remembering that chaket is a word for person or people. Another term we can use for that is tangata. We can also use tangata. They all basically mean the same thing and are all part of Re Moriori. Kuahi ka chaket. Or we might be talking about there's a whole lot of children running around doing whatever they do. Kuahi ka shimerik. Kuahi ka shimerik. There's a lot of kids. Far too many. Breed like rabbits. Okay. Kuahi ka mahine. Kuahi ka mahine. Many women. Kuahi ka tani. Kuahi ka tani. There's a lot of men, a lot of males. Kuahi ka, whatever it is. Very useful term. There's a couple of questions that have come up in terms of counting. We'll come back to those a little bit later on in the question and answer session. All right. Ya koto. How are you doing there, Huno? How are you doing? Takina? Takina koto? Remember we covered that very early on, didn't we? Okay. Ya koto? Takina koto? Are you doing okay? Okay. So, these are some things to practice. In fact, what we might do is just take a little bit of a break now, 30 seconds, just to give you a chance to go through those, have a bit of a play, and then we're going to come to the final item that we're going to go through tonight.
Te paia he manu no hoi te taha o ngā roto te whanga. Tana kai he kereru e pau ana I aia taua mea I te noa nei. E aina ana kia te repo I motu tapu hopu ai.
Takina koto, you're doing great. I can see a whole lot of mouths. I can see a whole lot of wah out there, moving up and down, doing all kinds of things. Unless you're telling off the dog for scratching at the door, whatever. Hey, it's up to you. Anyway, this is just, as I said before, this is something for you to have a bit of play with and try out on different things. We're going to move to something a bit more serene now because there's been a lot to take in so far in a very short amount of time. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to introduce you to a very new karaki. And this is a very new karaki, and it's one that I know that all of you out there haven't seen before. And this is one which is about just helping us to find some peace in the world, a bit of calmness. We use rangi tokona, the karaki at the beginning, as a way of reminding ourselves of origins of people, origins of the world from a Moriori perspective. This one is a way of just helping us to settle, feel a bit calm. And this karaki is called haurongo, okay? Haurongo, right? Try that. Haurongo. 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 And in this karaki, we are using the term tau muwai. Tau muwai. Try that. Tau muwai. As a word, when you see it written there, you go, oh, gee, how do I say that? Very simple. Mu-ai. Muwai. Tau muwai. And as you can see, the term tau muwai, if you look at the translation that's been provided, it talks about being calm, being serene, being at peace, and so on. When you're in a place where, especially in our kopi groves on Rekohu, you go to places like Rotorua, one of the kopi groves, it's a place of serenity. And that's where you feel the tau muwai. You feel settled and calm because it's that kind of place. And there our karapuna, the rako momori, you know, looking over the place, there's peacefulness there. And that's what tau muwai is. And when you feel that, that's tau muwai. And that's part of rongo. That's what rongo does for us. So what we're doing in this is that we're seeking calmness above. It could be what's going on in our heads, the stuff that's been happening in our heads all day, and it's causing a bit of tau muwai rung. Tau muwai rung. Tau muwai raro. Tau muwai raro. And that could be when it's a way of acknowledging all the sort of things that we've been doing around the place, what's happening around us in our homes, in our workplaces. Tau muwai raro, what's happening at our feet, what's falling at our feet. Okay, so tau muwai rung, tau muwai raro. Okay, we're seeking calmness for what's happening up here and also calmness for what's been happening around us. Okay, or at our feet and below. Tau muwai roto. You see, I've just taken my hands, I've just put them on my stomach here. Okay, can be here, whichever, you know, it's to your tino, to your body, your tinani. Okay, tau muwai roto. Okay, bringing that inner calm. Because when we're calm on the inside, we are able to project that outward. Tau muwai wahu. Okay, tau muwai wahu. Haurongo, haurongo. Hoko menetai merongo. Okay, let's try that together. Tau muwai rung. Tau muwai raro. Tau muwai roto. Tau muwai waho. Okay, and if you want to bring it in, haurongo, haurongo, hoko menetai merongo. And that's nice to deal with, you know, those kinds of actions as a way of reinforcing what we're seeking to do. So let's try that again. Tau muwai rung, tau muwai raro, tau muwai roto, tau muwai waho, haurongo, haurongo, hoko menetai merongo. It might be something you want to try when you go to bed. Apparently, every day, there's something like 25,000 random thoughts go through our minds every day. And when you go to bed at the end of the day, and all this stuff is happening, there's all this activity, and you're trying to calm down what's going on so you can actually get some sleep. This is a really good karaki as a way of helping to settle. Tau muwai rung, okay, settling all those thoughts and everything that's going on in your head. Tau muwai raro, okay. Yes, we acknowledge the things that have happened on the earth today in front of us. Tau muwai roto, we're seeking calmness within ourselves. tau muwai waho, and we project that outward. Haurongo, haurongo, hoko menetai, me rongo. And if you're feeling you want to try something a little bit more adventurous, this might put you to sleep. Instead of counting sheep, how you could actually talk about tau muwai ta upuku. Okay, as a way, or tau muwai, the different parts of your face. Have a play, try it. Okay, there's no right or wrong in this huno. It's a case of have a go, try it. It might work for you. It might actually put you to sleep, and then you can say, "Yeah, that Kiwa, he puts me to sleep." I don't know if that's a good thing. Okay. Huno, what we're going to do now is we're going to have a bit of a question answer session. And I see that some of you have already put some things in the chat. There's some pretty cheeky things in there. Thank you very much, Susan Thorpe. Okay. One of the questions that was asked is how do you ask how many? Now, there are a couple of ways in Moriori of asking that question. And it kind of depends. I don't want to get too much into it, but one of the ways of asking how many is iffy. Iffy. Now it's hard if you can't, for some people, you want to see the word written up. We can have a look at that next time. How you could ask that question. How can you ask how many there is the same? Okay, so we'll come to that one, but iffy is a term that's used. Okay. It could be ifi katani, how many minari, ifi katani, ifi kashimarik. And we just want to point out, yes, we just noticed there was a bit of a typo in the column that was there before. It's going to get fixed up. My bad, my bad. I should be a bit more vigilant and made sure that was correct. Anyway, okay. So what else do we have in terms of other questions? Please feel free to chuck it in the chat. Okay, karuna. This is so awesome. How do I say that in Re Moriori? Was it ka like nga? Okay. I guess with language, it's not necessarily about the word you use. Sometimes it's about how you say the word. Okay. And takina is a really good example. Yeah, takina, Yeah, this is awesome. This is fantastic. There are other ways of saying it, but sometimes it's really good just to work with what you have currently as a way of just helping to reinforce it, because we can say, takina, I'm good. Takina, oh, I'm good. Takina. Okay. Or if you just want to say, this is awesome, a word that we use as teneti. And takina teneti. This is great. Teneti. Okay. We might have a look at that in the next webinar as well, how you can possibly use that kind of structure. Okay. If there are no more questions, I'm just checking out the chat there, Huno. Okay, and I can't see any others in there. Hey, we just want to say thank you very much. This is the 4th in a series of 5. Just a reminder that you will be sent out a pack of the material that's been covered tonight. It's going to be to go with the stuff that you've already received. And for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, please feel free to go back and check out the series of recordings and also the materials that are available. And if you haven't done so already, please send us your contact details so that we can make sure that you receive all of this material. Once again, there is a glossary, tukupa ho or tukupu. They're interchangeable, those words. Funny that, they both mean word. And those are a glossary of them, of what we've covered over the past few webinars and also tonight. And actually, there might be a couple of things that have come up. I might have said something and the team's gone, oh, you got to put that in there. Okay, we'll do that as well. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do, Huno, as a way of finishing off, we're going to go back to this karaki, the new one, karaki haurongo, just as a way of bringing us back down, because it's been a really exciting ride, I guess, maybe. And We're going to do our kariki haurongo as a way of just settling ourselves. And then you have something to carry forward with you when you go to bed tonight. Hey, who knows? Okay, so tau mu wai rung, tau mu wai raro, tau mu wai roto, tau mu wai waho. Haurongo, haurongo, hoko menetai, me rongo. Thank you, Huno. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you for the 5th and final webinar in 2 weeks' time. Tawatura.